I want to go back to fracking for a minute because a lot of people don't understand fracking. So my question, I mean, you know a lot about the environment and global warming, yada, yada. Does fracking affect the environment negatively?
Well, there are still people who say it does, and you could argue at the extreme that anytime you extract anything from the insides of Mother Earth, whether it's iron ore or whatever, is going to have some effect on the environment. But all of the early rumors and negative stories about fracking, about it causes earthquakes, it causes groundwater contamination, et cetera, have proven to be false. And it is apparently, if properly done, an absolutely harmless way of getting petroleum out of the ground. And again, I'm not an expert at it, but I know this. Fracking started under an administration that was extremely hostile to more fossil fuel production, which is why they banned drilling in the Gulf of Mexico. They banned offshore drilling in general. They banned drilling in Anwar because the closest moose or elk was like 1,000 miles away. So I think the whole scheme was to let's restrict the flow of oil out of the ground in the United States, thereby raising the price of petroleum products, thereby making alternative energy schemes like solar and wind, which are all hopeless money losers without government subsidies, we can make those profitable. Well, so once fracking started, because it foiled the whole scheme of no more petroleum, and petroleum and LPG suddenly became abundant. The United States went from being a big importer of LPG to being the number one exporter. So it just turned the tables on those who would have limited petroleum. The last one was the pipeline, remember, which continually got vetoed by Obama. And that's going to go in, and that will connect Canadian tar with this lightweight, super lightweight stuff that comes out of the ground in East Texas shale. And then their heavy bitumen can be diluted with our ultra volatile stuff and create, by mixing them, you can create more crude. So the Obama administration had every motive in the world to shut down fracking, and I'm sure would have done so if they could have found a plausible reason. So I'm sure that the EPA and everybody else was all over the fracking, and if they had found any credible environmental harm, they would have shut it down.
Yeah, they would have blown it up.
But they didn't. So I think it's safe to assume that it's safe.